a little bit about yesterday's lesson, and then we talk about the topic of today's class, okay? Yesterday we worked on the Pythagorean theorem, and it's hard, sometimes it's hard for me to say, it's kind of hard to pronunciate, but it's Pythagorean or Pythagorean theorem. I don't know, Pythagorean theorem. Doesn't matter the name, doesn't matter the fancy name like the theorem, what is this, why Pythagorean, and basically it's because it was created by this guy, Pythagoras. He created this theorem, and basically is a formula. And I know sometimes you get scared because it's a hard, fancy name, and you're gonna say this must be something complicated. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not complicated. It's a very simple formula. And I will write down the formula at the bottom. This is the description, what the formula is about. And the formula is this: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's it. This is the formula. This is the Pythagorean theorem. The guy created this thousands and thousands of years ago. I think he was from Greece. He was a very clever guy, and I don't know if he was rich, if he was a scientist, if he did something else, but he was famous because of this formula, this very simple formula. And today, maybe people don't even know other things that he did. But actually, this is a very useful and very important formula. So it was something important. The variable c is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. This one is the longest side. See, the longest one. And the legs are the smaller ones, the sides that makes the angle, the 90-degree angle. And then we have a squared plus b squared, the legs, equals to c squared, the hypotenuse. Okay? Let me see if you remember how to apply it. Because we worked yesterday on a few questions, we worked on the quiz, but I'm not really sure if you understood or if you remember how to apply the Pythagorean theorem. There's an example. The triangle is here. Can you see the triangle? The right angle is right here, and we have C is this side, the longest side, opposite to the right angle is C, and A, we can say A is this, and B is that other one, the legs, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and A equals 6, B equals 8, so 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 2. 36 plus 64 equals C squared. My question is, what is C? Send me a message. What's the value of the hypotenuse, the length of the hypotenuse? Can you can you understand this, the solution that we are working on here? And can you find the value of C? Send me a message. Tell me now. If you remember about yesterday, maybe you're going to be able to answer. If you don't remember, you can look at the screen and maybe you can spot, you can identify the answer. So I'm going to ask here to, let me say Adrian, and another one, let's say another one that didn't answer the last days, maybe Juan. Adrian and Juan. Do you remember yesterday? Even if you don't remember, can you solve it? Find C If you don't remember, if you don't know, you can say, I don't know, I need to see again on the review. You can say something like that, but send me a message. Adrian and Juan, okay? Send me a message. And anyone else that wants to help, you can also send a message. Yeah, so the answer is going to be 10, because c squared equals 100. That means c equals square root of 100, and c equals 10. We need to practice. We need to work on questions that are kind of similar to this, and I promise you're gonna understand. You will say, oh, but this is after a few examples that you work on, you're gonna say, this is so easy, this is too simple. And don't get scared about the name. This is just a fancy name. It's a formula, very simple formula, a very useful one. And we have to apply radical equations, a concept of radical equations, or basically square root at the end to find the answer. Okay, moving to the topic of today's class. Today we are talking about rational exponents, definition of a exponent 1 over n and a exponent m over n. I'm not going to talk about this. No, this is silly. This is silly, because if we talk about that one, we are covering the whole thing. Because when m equals 1, it's the same thing as that, right? So we don't need to talk about this. Only a exponent m over n. Okay? Let's go straight to the point. Definition. And if we have a exponent m over n, I will repeat here at the bottom, a exponent m over n, we can rewrite as the root. We're going to use the index, is the denominator of the exponent, n, and repeat the base here, and m is going to be the exponent inside the root. And actually we can rewrite as well as this. It's the same thing. Let me just rewrite because it's really important. N, a, exponent m. That is the definition that you're going to use, that you can apply to solve the quiz today, that you have to understand. Can you see this? You can transform, you can rewrite, you can represent a exponent m over n as parenthesis, the nth root of a, close the parenthesis, exponent m is the same thing. Let's apply this on the examples that we have. Tell me if you can understand, and then we will be ready to work on the quiz. Check the first example, letter A. And A is 8, exponent 2 over 3. Okay? I will apply this definition. Let's apply the definition and write here the parentheses, write the root, and we will fill out. Inside is 8, the base. The index of the root is the denominator 3. The exponent is the numerator. Okay? Now find the cube root of 8. Cube root of 8 equals 2. You can use the calculator, square, and then find the square of 2. Square of 2 is 4. That's the answer. Simple. As long as you follow the definition, you follow this as kind of a formula or step by step, you're going to be able to find the answer very easily. Letter B, another example. 100 exponent 5/2. This is equals. So apply the definition, this one. Parentheses, roots, okay? Inside, you're gonna use the same base 100 here, inside the root, as the index. Number 2 is a square root, and as exponent number 5, the numerator. What's the square root of 10? Square root of 10 is the square root of 100, I mean. Square root of 100 is 10, and then exponent 5 is 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros. That's the answer. One last example. Let us see. Now we have a fraction, 1/25, exponent 3/2. And it's the same step by step. Draw here the parentheses, draw the square root. Inside you're going to use the same base, 1/25, and the index is 2, the index of the root. The numerator is 3. You're going to find square root of 1/25 is 1/5. 1/5 cubed is 1/125. Okay. One last thing I want to talk to you. I know lots of students. Most of the students will say, I don't like math, I'm not going to be good at math, I will never understand it, I give up, that's not for me. Okay, I understand, I see your point, but at least you have to know how to use the calculator, okay? So you need to know if you have some problems and you are able to use a calculator, you have to know how to apply it. And let me bring my calculator here and show a few examples. Let's say we want the solution for letter A, example letter A. You get your scientific calculator, type A, 8, type the button exponent is x exponent y, and check this field here, this prompt here. See, 8 exponents parentheses 2/3, 2/3, and press the equal sign, and you're gonna find the answer. Yes, just by using the calculator. Let's try the next example, letter B. 100, type 100, exponent, parentheses, 5 divided by 2. Close the parentheses and press equal. 100,000, that's the answer. See, my point is, if you don't know, or you think you're never gonna know how to calculate those things by hand, at least you need to learn and understand how to find by using the calculator, okay? On the quiz, you can use both. You can solve the questions by hand, solve the questions using the calculator. It's up to you. Any questions? Let's move on. If you have questions, tell me now, or you can tell later during the quiz, because I want to work with you and practice together. Any questions about those topics? Any questions at all? Any complaints? Any comments? Now I need your answer. Send me your answer. Send me your choice. What do you want from me now? I will give you $1 million in your hands today, right now, and bye-bye. That's it. Or I will give you 1 cent. I give you 1 cent. And after that, the next day, I give you another penny. After, on the third day, I will double the amount of coins you have. I'll give you 2 more. You're gonna have 4 pennies. The next day, I will double the amount of coins you have. If you have 4 coins, I give you 4 more. You have 8. So every day, I will give you more coins and will double the amount you have in your pockets. After 1 month, I'm gonna keep doing this, and during a whole month, 31 days. What is the best option? And Kalia said, normally I would say 1 million, but this seems like a trick. I'm going with the pennies. Yes, maybe it's a tricky question. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a silly question, and the answer is obvious. Maybe. I'm not gonna tell you that sometimes the obvious answer is the right one. Well, send me your messages. Third day, you're gonna have 3 coins. No, not 3, sorry. You're gonna have double. Double 4 is 2 exponent 2. And then goes on. The 4th day, it will double. Double, you have 4, you're gonna have 8 coins. 2 exponent 3. And this goes on and on. Every day you have more coins, then you double the amount of coins that you had the day before. On day 31, let me write here, 31st day, you're going to have 2 exponents, and after 31 days, exponent 30. This is the amount of coins you're going to have on the end of the month, on the 31st day. 31st day. And I think this is a huge amount of coins. We need the calculator. I cannot calculate it by hand. It's 2 exponents 30. Let's find out. You're going to have, at the end of the month, 1,073,000,000 coins. 1,073,000,000,000 coins. And those are all pennies, so you can multiply by 1 cent, 0.01. That means at the end of the month, you will have $10,737,000. Changed your mind, Ariana. Yes, so this option is 1 million, and that option is $10 million. Of course, the right option that gives you more money is going to be the pennies. The pennies is the best option. This is to show you the power of exponents, the exponential growth. This is what banks use to make money grow, exponential growth. When you ask yourself how banks make money, how really rich people make a lot of money, and the secret is just one thing: exponential growth. Is a math formula, is a math concept. Okay? All right. If you think math is worthless, think again. You can get really rich. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you, Ariana, Adrian, Keon, Maddie, Cynthia, Smiling, Keoma Call, Makina, Kalia, Angelexis, Jacob, Keon Harding. Thank you for participating. It's just a game. It's just a warm-up. so we can move and work on our quiz. Moving on, the quiz today is quite simple. You can solve most of the quiz using your calculator. Okay, and let me show. For letter A, we're going to apply the definition. The definition is this one. A exponent m over n equals nth root, and I'm going to use the other one, m parenthesis root a, n is the index and m is the exponent. So this is what we're going to use today to solve the quiz. Okay, this is the definition that you have to apply to solve the quiz today. Let's apply on the first question. 64 is applying the definition and filling out. 64 here is the base. The index is 2. The numerator is the exponent. That means this is equals square root of 64 is 8. And 8 cubed is 512. That's it. Now check, you can use your calculator to find the answer. What you're going to do is, let me clean this up. So type 64, exponent, parenthesis, 3 divided by 2, close the parenthesis, press the equal sign, 512. That's it. S. We have to apply the definition for each one, and then we add. Okay, so the first one, let's apply the definition. We can write down here 1 over 8. The denominator is the index of the roots. The numerator is the exponent, right? On the other one, the same thing. 1 over 4. The index is 2. The exponent is 1. Okay. Now, what is the cube root of 1 over 8? Cube root of 1 over 8 is 1 over 2. Okay, squared plus. And what's the square root of 1 over 4? Is 1 over 2 as well. So here, exponent 1. This is equals 1 over 2 squared is 1 over 4. 1 over 2 exponent 1, 1 over 2, 3 over 4.